So lesson 8, we're going to be looking at today, just briefly, we're going to be looking at the endoplasmic reticulum, the ribosome. Next, and then later on, the Golgi apparatus and the lysosomes. So today, we're just going to be looking at the endoplasmic reticulum, known as ER. All right? How many reticulums do you have? What two types of reticulums? You got the rough endoplasmic and a smooth endoplasmic. So here it is. This is the endoplasmic reticulum. As you notice here, here's your nucleus. This is your nucleus right here, and they just cut it. There's a cross section of it. So in other words, they just cut it so you can see inside it. That's all. They cut it. So if you didn't cut it, it would be complete. So it kind of looks like a maze when you cut it cross-sectional. So there's a cross-sectional cut. And so here you got the nuclear envelope, and you got the nucleus, and then out right next to that, you have this known as a highway, this small net of networked highways. It's known as an endoplasmic reticulum. It goes from a rough to a smooth. What makes it rough? What makes it rough? The ribosomes. So you have a network of crisscrossing cytoplasm is a small channels and vesicles. And this is it right here. This is where a lot of stuff happens right inside here before it goes out to a final product. In other words, this is your chain. This is your supply chain. Supply chain to the Golgi apparatus. That's later on. We'll talk about that, what that's all about later. But a lot of your stuff, in other words, parts that's needed for the body, that's needed for the cell or whatever, it happens all in here. All happens in here. So endoplasmic reticulum, and every cell has it except the red blood cell. The main function is to transport substances within the cell. That's the main point. In other words, the best way to think of it is a transport, an airport, a train, or a highway, or anything that transports stuff. So it can make from point A to point B. But in that, stuff happens. See, in this highway, I can start off with just a few, I can start off with, just like we're talking about the RNA. It's just basic raw material, but then it links up to the ribosome. Then we come up with a protein. And then that protein goes to another part and start making up stuff, making parts. Okay? So it's like a supply chain. And a lot of stuff that happens in this supply chain. A lot of things go on. So here again. So now let's look at the rough endoplasmic reticulum, just shortly, just quickly. Now we already know it's made up of what? Ribosomes. Now what are ribosomes? They're little granular bodies that's actually attached. Now you can have some singular ribosomes that float within the cytoplasm. You already know what the cytoplasm is, right? So you have inside that cell that's floating around the cytoplasm, you can have some ribosomes, singular ribosomes or a group of ribosomes, but many ribosomes, a great majority of ribosomes are connected to the rough endoplasmic reticulum itself. And a lot of stuff happens there. And what's the main purpose of what's one of the functions of ribosomes? What's one of the functions of ribosomes? We already talked about it already before. What's one of the functions of ribosome? It connects with protein. There you go. It makes protein. That's it. Makes protein from what? Okay, it makes protein not necessarily from RNA is just used as a template, but it makes it from amino acids. That's right, amino acids, and it makes from amino acids. So the main thing is understand the rough endoplasmic reticulum. It uses the word here, synthesizes protein. In other words, it makes protein. That's what it does. It goes through a process to make protein. In other words, that's where translation happens, right there. Happens in the ribosome. No, it's making protein. It synthesizes, makes. In other words, it takes from the amino. Remember, we'll look at it again. It takes it, the RNA, copies it. The RNA goes through like a ticker tape, little tape, goes through the ribosome, and actually these amino acid chains comes down with a transfer RNA, comes down and connects to that ribosome, links up with that just think about that tape going through. It links up with the that RNA copy. And remember, T can go with A can go with T. In that particular aspect, they call it U. But only that can go with they only go with the pairs. The G goes with C, and it has a links up, and then it has a little peptide. It has a little amino acid, and it creates this peptide chain. It goes through that little, I call it that goes through that. I don't want to call it apparatus, but goes through that machine, the ribosome machine. And when at the end of the ribosome machine, you got actually a peptide chain, which is a protein. You got a chain of amino acids, and amino acids makes up protein. Whole chain of amino acids. So what's the smooth endoplasmic reticulum? Well, smooth endoplasmic, and there's no way in the world we have time to study all the details of smooth endoplasmic reticulum because there's a lot that goes there. But in general, we already know, why is it smooth? There is no ribosomes. There's no ribosomes attached to it. Then but the main thing, the rough endoplasmic reticulum synthesizes or makes protein. The smooth endoplasmic reticulum synthesizes or makes fats. That's what lipids are. Fats and steroids. And it also metabolizes carbohydrates and steroids. Metabolizing meaning it takes it through a chemical process to even make it from one chemical to another chemical, or through another chemical process to do something, to actually do some work, whatever that it could be. But it also is a major piece in drug detoxification. It's a smooth endoplasmic reticulum. You find it regulates the calcium concentration. And it also, as I mentioned, is detoxification. But you find a large portion of smooth endoplasmic reticulum in things that produce hormones. Now, what's an organ that produces a lot of hormones? A hormonal thyroid. So you find a lot there. You find a lot of smooth endoplasmic reticulum in there in the thyroid cells. But in particular, what's a big hormone organ in your body? Huge. Has to do with something when you eat. There you go, your pancreas. The pancreas secretes a hormone called insulin. And so the pancreas will have a lot of smooth endoplasmic reticulum. So some things will have more more than others. Like some cells will have more rough endoplasmic reticulum. Depends on what it does. And some will have more smooth endoplasmic reticulum. Now here, again, is a structure. Remember again, this is a protein. And as you can see, again, this is going through it because we're going to review again later. We're not going to do it all today because the next thing we'll be talking about, because we talked about this rough endoplasmic, we looked at the endoplasmic reticulum in general. We looked at this rough endoplasmic reticulum and a smooth endoplasmic reticulum. And what does the rough endoplasmic reticulum synthesize or make? Mainly. They do other things, but protein. What does smooth endoplasmic reticulum make? Fats for hormones, but also synthesizes carbohydrates. But notice now we're going to look at not too much detail, but we're going to go back to the ribosome. Because like I said, a ribosome can be singular or it can be attached to the smooth, rough endoplasmic reticulum. Now here is a protein, because that's what ribosomes make, right? So here is a protein structure. And this is a sequence of the various amino acids. Now remember, proteins are built from a combination of 20 free amino acids. Now that's interesting because if you have 20, you're making from 20, you can have literally thousands of different combinations. It's just like if I had 20 numbers, how many combinations of the numbers that I can actually make? A whole lot of different combinations. It's the same thing when it comes to amino acids. So you have 20 main base amino acids, but when they link up, all these amino acids, this is a chain, and this chain is the protein. But the amino acids lets you know how that amino acid is connected to this chain. It lets you know what type of protein it is. The sequence of amino acids, and that's a major study by itself. That is to show you how wonderfully you're made. You're fearfully and wonderfully made because the body knows exactly how to make every single protein that's in your body, every single one. and it knows exactly how to link it up, how the chain actually links. So that's amazing to me. That's amazing to me. So anyway, there it is. Next time we'll continue to study about the ribosomes so you have a better understanding of your body. So this is not class just to get an A or a B. This is a class to build on the testimonies. Remember again, what is a testimony? It's the evidence. And that's what we continue to learn. So we continue to learn. You're learning the testimonies. Not only are you learning the testimonies when you learn about the body, because it shows us the evidence of God, but you also learn about the what? The law. Because all this is ran on what? A law. So it gives us evidence, but if I break the law of the body, I'm going to have problems. It's that simple. See, you can put the spiritual with the physical all day long. See, if I break the law of the body, I'm going to get sick. I break the law of God. The wage of sin is death. But the hope is the testimony. Lord reveals, if you follow my way, you go back and follow the law of the body, you can have healing. And this is the evidence to let you know who I am. It's a promise. To me, it's actually simple. It's not even complex. As I studied more about the law and the testimony, I said, Lord, the Bible is actually simple. It's not complex at all. It's a very simple message. I think we make it too complex. And even, now studying the body is very common. Matter of fact, in heaven, you'll be learning more and more stuff about the body. But there are some things that reveal that we can clearly see that happens inside the body. But